Look, the reason I'm here today, in addition to meeting Denard Robinson, is to talk with all of you about what most of you do here every day, and that is to think about how you can gain the skills and the training you need to succeed in this 21st century economy. And this is going to be one of the most important issues that not just you face, but this entire country faces. How can we make sure that everybody is getting the kind of education they need to personally succeed, but also to build up this nation? Because in this economy, there is no greater predictor of individual success than a good education. Today, the unemployment rate for Americans with a college degree or more is about half the national average. Their incomes are twice as high as those who don't have a high school diploma. College is the single most important investment you can make in your future. And I'm proud that all of you are making that investment. And the degree you earn from Michigan will be the best tool you have to achieve that basic American promise. The idea that if you work hard, if you are applying yourself, if you are doing the right thing, you can do it well enough to raise a family and own a home and send your own kids to college. Put away a little for retirement. Create products or services, be part of something that is adding value to this country and maybe changing the world. That's what you're striving for. That's what the American dream is all about. And how we keep that promise alive is the defining issue of our time. And we've got to have an economy in which every American has access to a world-class higher education, the kind you are getting right here at the University of Michigan. You know, my grandfather got the chance to go to college because this country decided that every returning veteran of World War II should be able to afford it. My mother was able to raise 2 kids by herself because she was able to get grants and work her way through school. I am only standing here today because scholarships and student loans gave me a shot at a decent education. Michelle and I can still remember how long it took us to pay back our student loans. Now, we still have, by far, the best network of colleges and universities in the world. Nobody else comes close. Nobody else comes close. But the challenge is it's getting tougher and tougher to afford it. Since most of you were born, tuition and fees have more than doubled. That forces students like you to take out more loans and rack up more debt. In 2010, graduates who took out loans left college owing an average of $24,000. That's an average. Are you waving because you owe $24,000 or? Student loan debt has now surpassed credit card debt for the first time ever. Think about that. That's inexcusable. In the coming decade, 60% of new jobs will require more than a high school diploma. Higher education is not a luxury. It's an economic imperative that every family in America should be able to afford. And when I say higher education, I don't just mean 4-year colleges and universities. I also mean our community colleges and providing lifelong learning for workers who may need to retrain for jobs when the economy shifts. All those things cost money, and it's harder and harder to afford. So we've got to do something to help families be able to afford, and students to be able to afford, this higher education. We've all got a responsibility here. Thanks to the hard work of Secretary Duncan, my administration is increasing federal student aid so more students can afford college. And one of the things I'm proudest of, with the help of all these members of Congress, we won a tough fight to stop handing out tens of billions of dollars in taxpayer subsidies to banks that issue student loans and shift that money to where it should go, directly to the students and to the families who need it. Tens of billions of dollars that were going to subsidies for banks are now going to students in the form of more grants and lower rates on loans. We've capped student loan payments so that nearly 1.6 million students, including a bunch of you, are only going to have to pay 10% of your monthly income towards your loans once you graduate. 10% of your monthly income. So that's what we've been doing. Now Congress has to do more. Congress needs to do more. They need to stop the interest rates on student loans from doubling this July. That's what's scheduled to happen if Congress doesn't act. That would not be good for you. So you should let your members of Congress know, don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. They need to extend the tuition tax credit that we've put in place. That's saving some of you and millions of folks all across the country thousands of dollars. And Congress needs to give more young people the chance to earn their way through college by doubling the number of work-study jobs in the next 5 years. So the administration has a job to do, Congress has a job to do. But it's not just enough to increase student aid. And you can imagine why. Look, we can't just keep on subsidizing skyrocketing tuition. If tuition is going up faster than inflation, faster than even health care is going up, no matter how much we subsidize it, sooner or later we're going to run out of money. And that means that others have to do their part. Colleges and universities need to do their part to keep costs down as well. When I meet young people all across this country with energy and drive and vision, despite the fact that you've come of age during a difficult, tumultuous time in this world, it gives me hope. You inspire me. You're here at Michigan because you believe in your future. You're working hard. You're putting in long hours, hopefully some at the library. Some of you are balancing a job at the same time. You know that doing big things isn't always easy, but you're not giving up. You've got the whole world before you. And you embody that sense of possibility that is quintessentially American. We do not shrink from challenges. We stand up to them. And we don't leave people behind. We make sure everybody comes along with us on this journey that we're on. That's the spirit right now that we need, Michigan. Here in America, we don't give up. We look out for each other. We make sure everybody has a chance to get ahead. And if we work in common purpose, with common resolve, we can build an economy that gives everybody a fair shot, and we will remind the world just why it is that the United States of America is the greatest nation on earth. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.